So, I know when we left off with Control, I said we were going to play Alan Wake. And some of you may look at this, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, and go, Dylan, I don't see any Alan Wake videos for me to watch. And beyond any issues of writing or game design, Alan Wake just made me extremely motion sick. So I'm not gonna play it, and unfortunately, I will not be able to bring that context in. However, we have seen a bunch of documents in this game that talk about what happened in that game, and I've absorbed a pretty significant amount of the plot from osmosis of other people talking about it. So I don't think we'll be completely in the dark. Who knows? Maybe we will, and that will enter into my critique at the end of it. But yeah, if you're looking for an Alan Wake playthrough before you watch the AWE DLC, then you'll have to find one somewhere else on YouTube. All right, but we just got to go in here and go to the Alan Wake floor, maybe? I don't know where we're supposed to go. Hold on, let's check our missions. Sector elevator to the investigation sector, okay. Thank you for the follow, Wesley. Oh, it is very dark out here. Hello? Oh, there we go. Let's just grab some stuff. You know, for the road.
Hello? Anyone here? Guess not.
I don't like the look of this. Yes?
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the bureau.
Huh. Missing agents. Mr. Kirkland, here are our latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Carolyn Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, and Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You'll be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the firebreak. They're lost, I'm afraid. Holy shit! I feel like that's my only reaction every time we get a raid, is I just say, holy shit, hello. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, Orion and Basecamp friendos. Guess what we're playing? It's Control! And we're hopping into the AWE DLC. We're actually just at the beginning, so settle yourself in for some redacted documents. If any of you don't know, hello, I'm Dylan. I am a lot less creeper than Dead Malls, that's fair. I'm a variety streamer. I stream video games, mostly video games right now, but I also do tabletop role-playing stuff, and I play many different kinds of games. And specifically, this month, for the entire month of January, I am streaming every single game. Or every single game? Wow, that would be a lot. Every single day. Imagine if I was just like, I'm going to stream every game ever made this month. That's my... No, it's every day. At least 1 hour. All right, here we go. Official findings report. Read Dr. Casper Darling. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation D0845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Despite the accounts of Anonymous Redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a Redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during the investigation. The majority of Redacted sector personnel seemed to be wholly unaware of any such Redacted contained there. One Redacted confirmed the Redacted's codename to be Redacted, but thank you. Thank you, Sarah, for gifting 5 subs to Neon Red Phoenix, VTN Wesley, Levi Phipps, and Attack Trip, and Katie Face. I can't read anything that's in chat. I can read stuff that's here, but when it comes to actually saying stuff in chat, apparently I can't read that today. If you just got a gifted sub, congrats on the shield and the emotes. I hope that you enjoy. All files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the Redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into Redacted research. Heck yeah. So many documents. I love it here. Oh, whoops. Casey inquiry. Dr. Dennis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author, Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hard-boiled crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. More things to read? Something to listen to, maybe? What is this? It is so dark. Tractor supplement. Burrow tractor. Supplementary materials. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. William, male Caucasian. 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained from coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, bone fragments, yada yada yada. Interesting. So they accidentally obtained a coroner's report for a dead person. I guess you generally don't get coroner's reports for living people. Instead of a report on their altered item. That's pretty funny. Redacted of Redacted 2019. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's Redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our Redacted, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the Redacted loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The Redacted has failed its agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Damn. Okay, so something... There was some kind of containment breach here, apparently. And I guess a lot of people died. Dr. Dennis. So yes, there's an increase in AWE cases. And yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and, as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. This game is really good. I highly recommend it. I mean, it's good and interesting and fun in like a narrative and writing sense. Like the story is good and fun, but also just gameplay wise, it's a blast to play.
It's not working.
We need power.
Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Well. Ooh, more files. So many files. I love this. Oh. Cauldron Lake update. To Chief Investigator Dennis, it happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our redacted. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Redacted Lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this Redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Do you need to read audiobooks? I don't know about that, but thanks, I'm flattered. We have a hotline over here. Ooh. We have an Alan Wake hotline. Interesting.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
I knew it! Alan Wake is played by the same guy that plays Dr. Darling. Okay. I was like, that sounds like Casper Darling trying to be a serious person and not a silly, goofy doctor. Or scientist, I should say. And lo, it is. Oh my god! All documents, all the time. Okay, buckle up, everyone. It's story time. Oh, Underhill. Dr. Rhea Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Dr. Underhill has no known connections to paracriminal organizations or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Interesting. So I got, like, there were hints of Darling and Underhill having, like, feelings for each other, but nothing that really confirmed they actually were in a relationship. This seems to imply that they actually were. So that's interesting news. A loot, great. I don't have the inventory space for it. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Redacted was launched into the Redacted of director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in Redacted witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive Redacted when redacted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable Redacted between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff, although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter. Witness accounts suggest their arguments center around the Dimensional Research Wing and the Redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's Redacted as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behavior is not indicative of any Redacted and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Refer to file Redacted for full report. Trench official warning. Kirkland, I am growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen, holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures, plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. This "you are a worm" is a really, really interesting touch. That, along with "you are both failures plotting against me," places this letter at a very specific time. Because this means it happened shortly before the Hiss invasion. Like, to my understanding, within a few weeks of it. But you are a worm. This is part of one of the lines of the Hiss incantation. You are a worm through time. The thunder song distorts you. Etc., etc., etc. So this implies that he had already been infected by the Hiss when Kirkland was investigating him. So Kirkland was really right to be investigating. Astronaut helmet. Okay, no power core though. Firebreak. Sector head office. This place is tiny, dude. They're trying to fit an entire department in here? Come on. In we go. Here we are. Aha. Tractor procedures. Burrow tractor. Altered item 82KE. Containment procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. Description/altered effect. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green. Dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses, or growls, and unmanned locomotion. Considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Background. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by, quote, growling like a bear, end quote. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. This is the guy whose autopsy report we read, where it said his organs were missing, as if he'd been attacked by an animal. That's interesting. Ooh! More reading. Ethics investigation. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, internal investigation P-142-9 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program, redacted, by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Dr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redacted and redacted. Redacted were brought into the oldest house and placed under redacted, examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases and only resulted in the traumatic redacted of paranaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the Ashe Act, but it flies in the face of basic human redacted. The investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be redacted immediately. Ashe Act. Interesting. Ashe is, if I remember correct, the last name both of a scientist that worked in the Foundation, but also the director before Northmore. Anything down here? Yeah, of course there is. Keystone inspection. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I am sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman-Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sign of them there. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams, like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case. But that was just the adults, if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles, with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off. Maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. So there are a lot of Altered World events going on. Interesting. I was sort of under the impression that they were, like, big ones were fairly rare. But it seems like they're becoming pretty common. Can I grab this? Yeah. There we go. And just thwump.
Now that gate should open.
Anything more up here? Doesn't look like it. Woo! In we go. Official findings report re-incident A49. The purpose of internal investigation X0397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of redacted agents. SI1. SI. What's SI again? There are altered items and there are objects of power. I don't know what SI is. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the redacted of redacted, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive redacted. Cross-referencing that date with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1, the air filters were changed, and 2, an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Redacted entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. See interview 65F124. Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Redacted's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the redacted investigation is ongoing. So did Alice Wake not die? I sort of was under the impression that Alice went missing. But it's sort of seeming like in this, like in the Control universe, Alan went missing and Alice didn't. Unless that just happens to be a different person named Alice. And her last name is not Wake. It's just redacted for privacy reasons. Whoa! Okay, no ability points.
I'm no detective, but something definitely happened here.
Yeah. Paracriminal profile. Ooh! This is our first reference to a paranatural organization outside the FBC. Interesting. The Blessed Organization. This group/individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. Right. We, there was the Blessed Pictures was, the weird movie camera that we found. But we also, is it mentioned in here? It doesn't look like it. There was the America Overnight, the radio show where, the host's assistant was found, burned alive after a caller said something about being blessed. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, the connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed Organization. Refer to file 7390922 for full report. Neato. Oh, motel time. Pew. Pew. Boom.
Do we
Oh,
know each
what?
other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to. I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Yippish.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding.
You found a way!
No. I don't. Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
Okay, yeah.
That was
Very
the
confused.
Alan Wake? The famous writer? He disappeared years ago. It was all over the news back then. And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
Cute. Interesting. Well, I guess we can interact with this door. I think it will need a key. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, it's nighttime in the motel. That's new. Interesting. Hello? Yeah, the cutscene aesthetics in this game are so good. We turned off the TV and the radio. I don't know if that's what we're... Hello? Turned off TV, radio, and snack machine, and that got us the key. Okay. Sure. Great. This is creepy. The motel hasn't been creepy before, but this is kind of creepy.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Okay, this sounds interesting. So we know that from what little of Alan Wake I managed to play before I couldn't play it anymore. Alan Wake was having some... He was a famous writer. He was having some writer's block issues. His wife, Alice, took him on a vacation to some town in the middle of nowhere called Bright Falls, where they were going to stay in a cabin. And while they were there was this doctor that specialized in helping people with writer's block, helping creatives, named Emil Hartman. Some weird shit happened in the town. There were people being possessed and turning into weird creatures that disappeared when they died, not unlike the Hiss. And yeah. And Alan was kind of a dick to everyone.
Dr.
So,
Emil
saying that
Hartman
it was
was
residence
desperate.
is an interesting note.
The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's
Shit.
one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
So, Hartman was possessed by the dark presence in Bright Falls, I guess, and then brought back here and kept in the investigation sector for some reason. And then broke loose. And then when the Hiss incursion happened, well, I'm assuming he turned into a worse Hiss monster. 2, and there we go. Great. Okay. Well, the bridge and the fire break is broken. Oh, there's a goddamn... Ugh. Okay, well, flashing lights, if you're photosensitive, look away for a bit. I'll let you know when we're no longer dealing with this thing. It's coming back. Could this door open, please? I think that just slows it down. Okay. We should be clear now. Yeah. Looks like we're good.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned.
Fun.
Why did Wake want me to come here?
Do I hear Hiss? I feel like I hear Hiss. That's not normal. The hell? Let's check some doors, huh? Oh, look, a bathroom. Oh, look, loot. I don't think we can pick it up, but... Ooh, it's a material. More loot? Bad bathroom. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to... I don't think...
Doesn't look like a house shift.
Yeah.
Do I even want to know?
Let's hit this control point. Anything of note in here? Hello? Health expansion. Whoops. Wrong button. Let's see. Oh no, that's just health recovery. We don't need that. I'm expecting bad guys any moment now. Yep. Shit. Crap. Get fucked. Come on. We'll just grab you. Hello. Fuck. Switch. There we go, and...
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
Of course they are. Of course they are. What's this? Shoot or dodge efficiency. Interesting. I like that each of the DLC introduces a new type of mod. Oh, we need to get rid of oh, we have so many personal mods. Holy shit. Okay. Is this is recovery. Is that on purpose? Yeah. Oh my god, we need to get rid of even more? No, this is... Oh, is this a weapon mod? Weird. I wish there were more there was more inventory space for mods. Especially with the number of weapons that there are in this game. Oh my goodness. I need to get rid of 2 more weapon mods. Ah! Energy gain from headshots. Sure. Do we have any spin ones? Oh, we have some charge ones, though. We can get rid of. Alright, let's see what this thing does. Evade cost after weapon kills. Interesting. So if you kill someone with the gun, then your dash is cheaper. Huh. Foot gossip. Hello, my feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. Okay. Alright, buddy. We'll get right on that. I'm making a mess of this place. I'm a terrible director. Hello? Let me in? Well, I'll just go in through here, maybe? Hello? Huh. I want in, though. And I thought I had the ability to lift heavy objects, so it shouldn't be that, right? Can I check abilities? I cannot. Oh, we got some new assets, though. Nice. Shit. Well. There's a control point back here, right? Yeah. Let's just double check. Abilities. Yeah, launch large objects. Huh. Astral constructs. Construct surge. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered, or if their timer expires. Interesting. So it's a grenade launcher that you can detonate later. Huh. Okay. I wonder if that's what's needed to get in there. Like we're supposed to blow this up or something, but... Huh. Like, how much of the stuff can I wreck before I find a way in? Come on, you can just crawl in there, Jesse. Come on. No? Okay. Well, I guess maybe we're gonna have to do... Like, this looks kind of like it's been shifted, so maybe a building shift will fix that. Seized protection. What's that? Incoming damage after seizing an enemy. Interesting. Hartman arrest. Emil Hartman. Victim names Alan Wake, Tor Anderson, Odin Anderson, Rudolph Lane, Wendy DeSole, and Thomas Emerson. Special Agent Remy Dennis. Charges Code 4 kidnapping of altered individuals. Code 8 sanctions against altered organizations. Code 37 obstruction of Bureau investigation. Code 74 breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts. Additional notes: offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each, except the Anderson brothers, due to their senility, and Wake, possibly deceased. Kaboom. Service tunnel. That sounds interesting. Was there something over here, though?
Whoa.
Ooh.
Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
Yeah, this is gonna be... We're gonna have to fix a building shift here. Okay. That's fine. Service tunnel, it is. We are the janitor's assistant, after all. Aim a powerful light source at the darkness to destroy it.
This darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an inner light burns it away, huh?
Huh.
Makes sense.
Great. So noise and darkness are fucking with the Bureau. Guess we just bring this with us. Oh, that's a dead person. Hello? That is a very dead person. They don't have... That's just a skeleton. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Also mold infection over there, it looks like. Okay. Where am I going forward? I don't know. This feels sort of like I'm going forward. I'm gonna go back and deal with the mold area. Whoops. Wait, lamp, come back. Ooh, it is very moldy in here. Alright, lamp, you stay here. No infected, though. Okay, well, I guess this is just here for loot. Can I shoot these things? Oh, I can. I don't know why I would want to, but... Getting rid of mold stuff sounds good. Is that all of it? Does seem that way. Weird. I wonder if that's a side quest thing that we haven't gotten yet. Maybe. Alright, Light. You and me, bud. Let's go. Oh, shit. I don't like that. Hartman's been infected by the hiss. And something just broke our light. Oh boy. Looking at this map though, the investigation sector is not small. Someone on Reddit was saying that the AWE DLC is short, and this is starting to feel like a lie. Alright, come on, Light. Oh, there's that building shaft.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched like a worm through time. The thing was a monster. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
I don't like the sound of that. I also don't like you using the phrase, like a worm through time.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're a new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these waves to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
Hey, the ordinary's the name of my town that I come from. Also, don't love Wake just casually saying a big chunk of the hiss incantation there. Don't like that. Also, don't like how fucking dark it is. Jesus. Get hecked. More spots for power. We're gonna explore a little bit with this comfort light. Not seeing any more darkness though. I mean, I'm seeing plenty of actual lack of light, but what I'm not seeing is the darkness substance. Oh, that sounds like Auntie's music. Aren't you on vacation, dude? Alright, seems chill. We're gonna go through, we're gonna comb for documents and stuff. Oh, I cannot see a motherfucking thing. Eagle Limited, the Eagle Limited AWE 44. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as Redacted. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of the sabotage. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies. There's something about this is familiar. It might just be that all train derailments sound the same, but no, this is just a control thing. Okay, there was a really bad train derailment a couple years back. I don't actually know when it was. I think it was between 5 and 15 years ago, if I remember correctly, that this reminded me of. But nope, apparently completely unrelated. I can't see anything. Oh, you. Get in this thing. Make it not dark.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature,
All right, Hartman.
abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
Interesting.